Good evening. Belated Merry Christmas from CSP, but a wee impromptu programme tonight, ladies and gents. Excuse me. Andy, we've just presided over what I'm going to call the worst performance I've witnessed and sat through since the year 99-2000, when you went to the Citadel of Cynicism and lost 4-0. Which was a watershed moment. And that's what I'm going to lead with tonight, big man. I'm winging it, obviously, because the anger's there, the hurt's there, the plaster's been ripped. So I'm calling this a watershed moment, Andy. He better not be on that bus going home to Celtic Park.
Well, I think I would say the majority of Celtic fans feel exactly the way you're feeling now. And this is the point we're at now, where I'm sitting out in my garage bar, absolutely bolted. I've got 3 bars on in my fire, right, and you can probably see the cold coming off my breath, just to get it out there that how we feel about us now. And as you know, in the chat, I've done nothing but back this guy up and say, give my chance, give my chance, give my chance, and I can't do it anymore, mate. I can't actually. It's really difficult to force myself to watch the games now. We can't score up front. We can't create anything. And we are going to be the easiest team in the league to score against. And that showed. It certainly showed tonight against a team that was well organised and passed it about well. A team that looks as if they're coached very well. And when I put into the chat, I don't know if you picked up at Lee. So who's got £77 million in the bank? What team? You know, what team has got 77 million in the bank, and you're looking at the 2 teams, and that's what you get when you're stashing all this cash and no spending it, and you're not improving the squad, and you're not bringing in the correct manager, and you're not using the correct players for the system, or you've not got the correct players for the system you want to play, and you come up a team that's simply well organised and well coached, and you get absolutely outplayed. And you could struggle to find a team that's played against us this season, and made it look so easy for themselves. And all the respect to Murrow tonight, but that was an absolute embarrassment for Celtic football. An absolute embarrassment.
Listen, you know I'm a Motherwell boy. I grew up in Motherwell. I've got my own issues with Motherwell and Motherwell fans. So, however, no axe to grind with him tonight. Motherwell got his. Is that my main man, Stephen, for the work? Let me know. However, Andy, you mentioned there about a team that was well drilled, well oiled, and well coached. A team that plays the system you're trying to play. Now, I had this in the back of my mind, right? And I know I piss a lot of folk off, Andy. I know I do. I probably do in my own chat, right? I know it.
No.
I know I do. No, but I know I do. And I had this at the back of my mind. See, when this mask slips, I'm going to get found out here. Now, I can back my team to the hilt with a tunnel vision and all the credit in the world and all the bravado and everything that comes with it. But you mentioned there a team that was well coached, well drilled, and well managed absolutely embarrassed you tonight by doing to you what you've been trying to do. Now, don't give me this pish that he's only been here for, what is it now, 2 months? What's this, 6 games?
Aye.
7 games, 5 games,
Aye.
5. And I said all along, I kept this to myself. I've told my pals, I've told the missus, it was a wee man's birthday the day, and the grandfather, I hope Stevie's not watching actually, was round seeing him the day, and he's a big Motherwell man. We were going to get beat tonight. And we weren't just going to get beat tonight, Andy. We were going to get battered tonight. We were going to get shown up. This was going to be what was the word I used at the start of the show? Watershed moment.
Yes.
This was going to be when you were going to get shown up for what's in charge of you and what he's trying to do for you. Because they done what you can't do. Now, individually, is Callum McGregor better than the laddie Slattery? Of course he is. I can't even find a second player. Is Dyson Maid? I can't even find a second player. Is Kieran Tierney better than Stephen O'Donnell, who I see at Chapel every Sunday?
Aye.
He probably is, right? But see, what's the saying Hoggy always says? Hard work beats talent, but talent isn't work hard. But it's even simpler for me, Andy. I'm telling you to do something there, so do it. Do it to the best of your ability. This is what I want off you, and do it. And see you there. This is what I want for you. This is what I want you to do. This is what I want you to do to the best of your ability. So go and do it. And see you up, but don't make me do it again. You know what I mean? That is down to coaching, managing, and training.
I know. I'd said this, Baz, right, when we first came in, first couple of games. And I went, he's got to play the players to realise who can do what and who can't. You know, he's had long enough to have a look at them to say who can do this and who can't do that. There's obviously not enough players in our squad that are going to be able to play to his system. So you're absolutely right. So you're then going to find a system that suits him until you get to January to find the players. And exactly. I said that in the chat. And some people might think it's funny, but you know, you look at that Motherwell team and you're like, I'd probably take their fucking players right now as well, mate, rather than ours. That's how bad it is, you know. Just what I was saying about you get the players or you go more towards there's a system that they're used to playing until you can get to a point where you can get players in that day suit the system that you want to play. Just total lack of preparation. He's been flung to the wolves, in my opinion, just the whole timing wise and all that as well. This, and we can sack the manager, we can moan about the way he wants to play. This lands at the board's door. This whole situation where we're in right now lands at the door of Nicholson and all the other fucking cronies that have just left this club to go to shit because of their absolute incompetence. I absolutely throws it their door, mate.
Andy, I totally agree, right? I totally agree that it lands at their feet, right? But they've employed this guy. I've just been messaged with one of the boys, for Baz Wan, you know Baz.
Yes.
The only good Baz on the bus.
Right.
I've just been asked with Baz, how was this on a scale of cup final to tonight? Now, the cup final was 3 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
Has there been any improvement in 3 weeks?
We've had two victories. That's about it. But
okay,
it's one step forward, 2 steps back. The way it's going. So really, progression-wise, no.
Yeah, but this is the conundrum we're in, Andy. You beat a 10-man Aberdeen.
Aye, I know.
And you beat a boat with the league, Livingston, that scored 2 goals against you in the first 10 minutes.
Aye. Yep.
They played 17 games before they played us. They scored 17 goals before they played us. And they scored 2 in the first 8 minutes.
I know. Well, that tells its own story. Its own story.
So, to go back to your point, is this on the board? Yes, of course it is, because they employed I'm not even going to say his name.
The manager. They're the guys.
God forgive me. I've still yet to hear him finish a press conference.
Aye.
Because I can't listen to him, Andy.
I know. I'm actually kind of glad in a way that you've decided to put this on tonight, because then I don't need to listen to him, and then I don't even need to go and search to see what he says, because I really don't want to hear it, because you know it's going to be regurgitated fucking bullshit he's come out with before.
There you go. Thanks, Lauren.
That was an absolute. You can praise Motherwell all you want. That was an absolute pitiful performance. By the way, the players don't get away scot-free either, because there's a lot of effort to get put into this game that we did see as well. Professional football players that can't control a fucking ball, right? Players that can't find another player. You could see the endeavour in the Motherwell team to absolutely close us down. That's what we're used to doing to other teams. Now, you know yourself with training bars, they do the boxes and all that, and somebody's fucking chasing them down to get the ball and they've got to pass it on. We are an absolute panic merchants when it comes to MD putting us under pressure. When it comes to Scales and Trusty and even Tierney, they just don't know what to do with the ball. It's really poor. They try and ping it forward, and the Motherwell players own it right away. You know, we're so lackadaisical when it comes to our movement, try to find space. Even when trying to get the ball off the opposition, we don't even look convinced that we're actually putting an effort in to get the ball back. An absolutely shameful display for a team like Celtic. That's shameful.
So there's a shout for Lauren. I'm not wanting to move off your point, Andy, about the board and the manager, and then we'll come to the players. I don't want to move off that. However, Lauren, as usual, is saying that we did some good things tonight, Andy. I think the first good thing we done was turn up, and then the last good thing we done was get off the park as quick as we could before you get lynched.
Yeah.
So there's two things we done good tonight. So they're there. And Paul McFarlane, another regular.
Did they actually explain the good things that they thought we done tonight? I would love to hear him fucking explain this, you know, because that must have been the times that I had my fucking horns over my eyes, because I couldn't be able to watch anymore.
I don't even know if Christopher Stevenson is one of us or one of the other, but he is very, very correct.
You can't argue with it no matter who he fucking supports.
Andy, I want to go back, and I don't want to leave it, because I think it's the crux of it, big man. Who employed him? Of course they did, right? We all know it was the board, right? We get that. I seen something the day that intrigued me even more, was that who they're going to replace him with at Columbus Crew. Do you know who it is?
Is it Russell Martin?
Correct. Are they the same person? I don't know. Is it a Scooby-Doo movement? I don't know. But you move from the board to the manager, and I use the term loosely. I told you, and I said something last week that says this is an anvil above his head, Andy. I says to you specifically, we need 2 victories over Livingston and Motherwell. Yep. And one of those games you had to throw in a clean sheet to show signs of improvement. I don't want to get hysterical tonight. I don't want to embarrass myself or you know what I mean. I don't want to go over the score. Yep. But there's not an improvement that's, what's the word I'm looking for? There's no there's no such an improvement week by week, game by game. And don't give me this 2 games a week pish. Don't Andy even fucking dare trying to hit me with fucking 2 games a week. Everybody's playing 2 games a week. Mm-hmm. Are there significant signs of improvement from your first win under him, which was against a 10-man Aberdeen, that I tried to tar up with 31 shots at goal? Maybe we just needed a striker. I'm kidding myself on. Mm-hmm. It's like every weekend when I come home to Andrea and tell her I'm not going to do it again. I'm kidding myself on. I wasn't even believing it myself. Telling me that we just needed Kyogo and we'd be fucking 20 points clear in the league. What an absolute pile of shite. Because see, when you can't shut the back door and when you can't defend, so suppose that I still try to find that word. I'm trying to wing this to find the word because I'm not going to leave it until I get it. But next up is the Deadco. And ironically, cards on the table straight away, and this isn't Baz life. This isn't me fucking doing my usual smarminess, and you will beat them on Sunday. 100% you will beat them on Sunday. But all that's going to do is make everybody believe that, we've turned the corner again. Because
I can tell you right now, gone by that performance tonight alone, just that performance tonight, there is fucking no way we are beating them. No way. They could fucking pick us off on the break quite fucking easily. That guy seems to be a lot more organised and knows what he's doing a lot more than what our fucking manager does. I can't agree with that. I'm fucking dreading Saturday now. Absolutely dreading it because we are so disorganised. The players don't know. Look, all you need to do is look at the team sheet, right? The team sheet pops up. For some reason, it's all fucked up now as well. So you don't even know what, who's fucking playing where. Even when the players come on the park, Baz, I'm looking at it going. And then 2 minutes later, you're looking at it again. You're like, who the fuck's playing where? You actually don't know who's in what position and what they're meant to be doing. And I don't think they know either. It's really fucking frustrating to watch. Absolutely frustrating to watch that he's still persevering with what he's doing when it's obviously not working.
And Andy, the reason I say that is, it's that tunnel vision thing again, and it's that blind belief in your team. And I've said to you all along, listen, there's a lot goes on in that CSP chat that I'll never make the light of day, Andy.
Yep.
However, I'm perfectly happy with saying that what I have said on the chat is a tactical manager will beat you. A tactical manager with a tactical team will embarrass you. And that was tonight, Andy. And you mentioned the starting 11 there, and Schmeichel was back in. Didn't look fit for me. As much as he looks like DJ, as much as I love DJ, he doesn't look fit. You had the back three, which arguably you would have brought Scales in, you'd have brought Trusty in, they were in my back three. But there's Ralston playing again.
I know,
and the first mistake of the game, the single first mistake of the game was him getting the ball away. You had that Dick Yang playing for a start. You had KT on the left wing. And then look at your substitutions at half time, Andy. Of the players that you wouldn't take off, the first two players Sir Callum McGregor aside, the first two players you would say you wouldn't take off was Kieran Tierney and Dyson Maida. They'd be in the top three, wouldn't they? So I don't know what that was all about. I don't know what that was all about.
Very confusing.
But what I will say, Andy, if the Dyson Maida substitution is anything to do with him going out that door, fucking go out the door. I would suggest that Kieran's was, do you know what? It's no for me tonight. I'm gassing. I need to keep myself for Sunday. Words to that effect. Fair enough. Because you can't pick Kieran Tierney on Sunday. But on Dyson
but Baz, fucking right, especially Kieran Tierney, right? Celtic man, right? No, you're no saving yourself for Sunday. This is a game that's got to be won. Fucking Saturday. Forget Saturday. This is a game that's got to be won. So you put all your fucking effort into that game, and that game will take care of itself, because at the end up, Baz, when you go into this game on Saturday, we've just been fucking beaten. So you're under the cosh already. It's going to be even more difficult to get a result in that game. So if Kieran Tierney's get in this game and going, it's not for me tonight, I'll just keep myself for Saturday. It's like, well, no, you fucking won't. You'll get out and fucking bust your fucking arse. So you don't pick and choose when you want to perform for this fucking club. You either do it tonight or you fucking no do it. So I'm not having that. I don't think. Surely fuck he doesn't think. I really hope he doesn't.
And Andy, would it? Well, there you go. Let's stay on it. Would it surprise you if that fucking numbskull says Kieran just come out? Because listen, it must be injury related in some way with Kieran knowing the laddie and being on the bus and all that. It has to have something to do with whether he was fit enough, or picked up a knock, because it can't be on ability. Because if it was on ability, you're shooting yourself in the foot yet again by your fucking lack of knowledge of the players you've got in front of you.
Yep.
Andy, I'm just going to come out and say it. I'm kind of dicing around the subject. I didn't want to go all in. I didn't want this to be a hate fest or anything like that, but I have made no secret about this, Andy, and you're not going to be surprised with what I'm about to say here. He should have been sacked at half-time in the cup final. We can all do the Celtic thing. We can all want it to happen. We can all want things to happen, right? Oh, bye, George Albert's fan. Bye-bye now. You had one chance, didn't even fucking make it any good. On your way, rogue.
I wouldn't even bother, but that's concentrating the people that are here to fucking watch us.
We can want things to happen, Andy, and I want them to happen more than anybody else. But we're kidding ourselves on with this past few weeks. The chance to get rid of him was when you embarrassed you at a cup final.
Right, okay, so we're all majorities now are saying, right, it's time to go. But what's the chances of that actually happening? What's the chances at the board tomorrow morning saying he's been relieved of his duties and fucking whoever's coming in, I don't care who it is. I don't think it's going to happen, right? Because they're the guys that brought him in. They're the guys that are publicly coming out and saying that he will be back in the transfer window when it opens. So they don't have a leg to stand on if they come out and sack him. They're stuck in a very, very hard position now because we are fucking hopeless, and they have come out and publicly backed him to say
Andy,
that they're going to
hear me all right? Andy, can you hear me okay? Yeah.
Aye. They're going to give him funds to bring in players that suit his system. And Michael Stewart hit the nail on the head in the commentary by saying that, you know, if they're thinking about even getting rid of this guy, then what did he do in the transfer window? Who did he get? If he's staying, they're going to invest all their time and money in getting players that suit his system. And if it doesn't work, then they're left with players that don't really suit any other system than the one he plays. It's an absolute shit show. I can't see it's too far away for us.
They're not going to sack
him. You won't get sacked before the. But I know I don't think so. And it doesn't matter what we want, you know, or and it's the boards are talking about. So if the fans are calling for his heat, you can absolutely ensure that they are going the total opposite way, and they will stand behind him 100%, which is not good for us because our season is crumbling to bits the way it's going at the moment, mate. You know that you just look for you think we get a victory, and think, right, we're going to kick on, and you manage to get two. But apparently, I heard somebody saying when he was with Columbus Crew, he never won 3 games in a row. So you know that's obviously shown when he's been here as well.
Was your manager then?
Well, exactly. It's you're putting your trust in somebody that's recommended him that actually hasn't got a clue what he's fucking doing. Should never be in a job in the first place. That's his deal. So questions have got to be asked there. And this is a man that's going to have the responsibility to bring in these players in January as well. So we're fucked, mate. The way it's going at the moment, we are absolutely fucked.
I've got this thing in the back of my mind, Andy, right? And you know that's a fucking minefield at the best of times. However, you know where my mind is here. I don't care about Hearts. I'm not even taking them serious, right? You know where I'm going with this, right? You're still in front of them, which is your board's mentality. If I'm wrong, please someone call me out. Your board and this is why the board are going to keep him, Andy. Your board only want to finish 1 point in front of them.
But Baz, let's get into Saturday. We get beat. What happens then?
Well, we'll deal with that in a minute. But what I'm saying is, you're still 3 points in front of them, and here's why they're going to keep them, right? You'll beat them. You'll still beat them on Saturday, right? You still will, right? You will.
And really, who's scoring the goals and who's keeping the goals out? That's what I want to know.
You'll still beat them. My point is that's. Why
I know you're getting the bravado. They just fucking because you just don't want to hear him. And I totally get that, right? I totally get that. But let's be fucking honest here. There's a good chance we are not fucking winning that game on Saturday. Going in that evidence we're seeing tonight in previous games as well. That is quite concerning because let's look at how fucking bad a start of the season they've had, mate. And the fact that they are so close to us shows you how bad we are. And
that's what I'm trying to say, Andy. That's why your board are still going to keep him. Because see, if you get beaten Saturday, which you won't, in my opinion, you're still going to be level with them. They're then going to play the card that says, we're going to give him money and we'll fix it. That I'm saying that's why your board are going to keep him. I get the bravado thing and all that, and I know I play on it and all that, right? So stop everybody saying I'm talking to you. Have a bit of fun, right? Chill out. It's my wee boy's birthday, fuck's sake. But I'm saying
Happy birthday, Daniel.
He's fine. He's fine. He had a good day. But I'm saying that's why your board are going to keep him, Andy. I'm not saying it's me. I'm saying that's
Well,
why.
I agree with you on that point. I don't see him getting a deal, and I explained why. I just don't see it happening. So you've got to wonder, where the fuck did we go for here? Like, even if we beat Rangers on Saturday, right? No, the window opens before that. So the window opens before then. So can you see?
Hearts have already signed somebody today.
Of course they have, because they've got a system in place that actually works. They've got people that they employ that know what they're doing. We don't. We don't have any. We don't have a system in place that works on the fucking park. Never mind after it. So we're fucked either way. Things aren't good off the park. Things are even worse on the park. They're shutting out fans. They're fucking banned fucking supporters groups. They're fucking get made up fucking Twitter fucking accounts to badmouth Celtic fan content or whatever you want to call it. That's been shown. So the club is at war with the fans. The team are in an absolute shambles on the park. We've got a manager that doesn't quite know what he's doing. He's certainly not getting the players to play the system he wants to play. And we're putting our faith in the people that we haven't got faith in them to do their job ordinarily. They need to go and get players in that's going to fit a system for a manager that is seriously under pressure. I don't have faith. I didn't have faith in them in the transfer window even before he came in. No matter who was in charge. It's the people that are in charge of recruitment to bring in players to get deals done. My faith has gone with him because they are incompetent at what they do. So the guy really doesn't stand a chance when he's got people like that are trying to recruit players.
So the players that he does have, right? And Lauren, to answer your question, pal, I don't think they did, but then again, I threw my toys out the pram by then and put my head in chocolate cake and birthday cake and red wine and sacked again. I don't even know the United scored in it. I think United drew and also. Cheers.
I couldn't give a fuck about United, to be honest with you.
Good day. Perfectly good day until the fit was started. So I think the first half wise, Andy, I think from memory, and by memory I mean the misty. Now that haze you get, like you just hate everything. Like your phone goes, your phone's gone. They're doing this to me, the new Andy, and it's one man's frustration is another man's spoiled. Now, I don't think we are spoiled. I don't think we're entitled. I don't think we need to hit over the head with that. I just think it's when you set a standard, Andy, and when you see that standard falling, for my money, that's where the frustration comes from. And you try to look at it from a realistic point of view. You had one chance in the first half against Motherwell, and I think it was Yang, a header at the kind of, no back post, but and then nothing. I didn't see as much as, come on now. Come on. Yeah. Easy on now.
They drop points to Wolves anyway.
Yeah, Aussie, good. Well, good result tonight, mate. And I think, and you look at the Bernardos that you think to yourself, right, come and make a point tonight. And you look at Callum, for my money, Callum never got out of. I don't think Callum McGregor sprinted tonight. I just think he just went through the motions.
Nobody did. I didn't see effort for any player in that Celtic team. That's what the least you expect for a professional football player. It's a wee bit of pride and a bit of effort. And I just didn't see they just gave up a ghost so early in the game. You could tell
and that's why I say all the time, Andy, now, was I the best player in the world? Of course I wasn't, because if I was, I'd have made it further than what I actually did. But what MD that played next to me would have said, Baz is a good teammate. Just be a good team. How many times do I say, be a good teammate? Work harder. tackle harder, run faster, jump higher. Now that's what I was all about. I was maybe, what's the saying? They say all perspiration and no inspiration. But see, if you know when you're when you're off it. You absolutely know
The
when
whole
you're
team's
off
off it, Baz, though. So
it.
who's going to pick up the
Be
player
a
next to
good
them when they're
teammate.
all shite?
But Andy, that's my point. I didn't see a single good teammate tonight. Not one. Not one.
So
And see when that
where is that inspiration for the manager that they're no getting? And
They
so
don't believe in him.
right. So no taking on instruction, no believing in what the manager's saying. So where does personal pride come in and say, do you know what? Fuck it. At least put a bit of fucking effort in and see where we get. I might not agree with him, but whose fucking jersey? Is it his fucking jersey you're wearing? It's no.
Exactly.
Look at the thousands of people in the fucking stand that are standing in the freezing fucking cold out to see you every fucking week. Where's your pride to give in? Fucking a bit of happiness at this fucking time of year. They could be sitting in the house fucking watching it in the telly. They're out trying to support you. And you can, not one of them will get the fucking finger out of their arse and chase a ball about a fucking football park. There was no effort for him day night. It was an absolute fucking disgraceful performance. The manager's a separate issue. All right, his tactics are fucking piss and he hasn't got a clue what he's doing. But you expect more out of a team that we're putting a bit of effort in under Martin O'Neill. So if they can put effort in under Martin O'Neill, whether they believe in his system or no, why they no performing now? Why they no putting effort in now? Why they no chasing balls down? Are they being instructed not to cheat? I'm pretty sure his system is put the team under pressure, pressurise them, make them make mistakes and capitalise on that. But it's not happening.
Andy, you've made the point there. Martin O'Neill didn't reinvent the wheel. Martin O'Neill had the players in front of him and got the tune out the players he had with him to perform the way they did. Were they great? Of course they weren't. Nobody's saying that the 7 wins out of 8 were fantastic. Nobody's saying that. I've not said that. Hoggy's not said that. You, Paul, the rest of them. Nobody said that. But when you've got the same players and you're getting such a different reaction from the same players, there's a common denominator there, Andy. It's got to be the common denominator that's there. And that's your manager. And I use the term loosely. He's in the wrong movie. And to go back to your point again, I still don't want to get off the board. You can salvage some pride by saying, hands up, we've made a cunt to this. We've made a mistake. You're in the wrong movie. You've played 7 games. 7? You've got beat 5. Tell me a Celtic manager that's ever... You get rid of the best Celtic manager you've ever had in Jock Stein when he lost 5 games in a row in the 70s. That's why you get rid of him, or contributed to why you get rid of him. Why should this fraud, this character, who was the 7th placed manager in America, no disrespect to my American cousins, by the way, because there's a lot of love for them.
Right. Okay, Baz. Right. So
the denominator is your manager, Andy.
Right. So we're talking about right. So what are we talking about here? Are we talking about players that just simply aren't willing to put the effort in because they don't like the manager, and they think, but then they think, well, if I don't put the effort in, we'll get bad results and he'll be out the fucking door and they'll get somebody in that I actually agree with. If that's the case with the players, they should be fucking ashamed of themselves, mate. Because that exactly what I said. The very least you get. There's players that are fucking nowhere near as gifted as the players we've got, fucking outplaying them easily. This has been, see this game, right? This was Motherwell's easiest game of the season so far. He's by a fucking country mile. They strolled it, absolutely strolled it. And see Celtic put in a wee bit of effort to chase them down, a wee bit of effort to try and control the ball, a wee bit of effort to fucking find a bit of space for the other fucking Celtic player to pass into to get to. Then you might have seen a different game. I didn't see that effort. I didn't see the fight in the players that's required. It's fucking tough to go at a night like that. It's just at Motherwell, you go with any fucking effort and you're getting beaten no matter how good they are at fucking passing the ball about, because their whole work ethic will fucking destroy you. Never mind fucking passing it through your team with fucking ease.
There you go. And there was a few great comments in there, Andy, and whereas I'm still going back to my point that says Martin with the same players playing for him on the park. Chilpal saying it's hard to work for a manager, you have no respect for it. I'm going to fast forward to the second half with the camera. I think it was mistakenly or inadvertently, was it Luke McCowan? And you could actually read through his mouth as if to say, what the fuck is going on here?
Right. So how many weeks are we into this process where he's still saying, what the fuck is going on here? You know, I'm pretty sure that he was one of the ones that fucking, who the fuck was it? One of them anyway was saying, what the fuck now? They didn't know what was going on now. We put that down to the fact that the crew, it was at the tactics board, they was getting fucking skinned for that. You know, trying to pass on instructions. My whole point, a bit past, my whole point is whether you understand the system or no, or agree with it, isn't the fucking point. The point is, where's the basics? We talk about world-class basics. We fucking, not one of the players, you couldn't pick out one player and you can find the fucking subs in there as well that come in and fucking put their foot in or even try to galvanize it. Where's your captain? Where's your captain getting a hold of cunts and saying to them, get your fucking finger out and get fucking into this mob? There's no fight in that team. They're honestly, they're a bunch of fucking wimps.
Andy, I can't disagree with anything you've said there. And we get to the second half and you take off Kieran Tierney, who it took you 6 years to replace by bringing himself back. You've got Daisy Maeda, last season's player of the year. If you want to go, please leave just now. And the third one at half time was, oh fuck, I can't even, my head's gone now. And you brought on Shin Yamada, Luke McCowan, and anyway, head's gone.
That's all you need is look at our bench. You look at our bench, you go, what the fuck are they going to do? What difference are they going to make? But our whole squad is fucking pish. We must be one of the worst teams to watch in the whole league.
Yamada and Arnie Engels come on for Maeda, Bernardo, and Tierney.
Yeah.
Now,
if you've seen anything for Yamada that makes you think, I've seen nothing. I would honestly, right now, I would rather get somebody for the fucking B team and some of the B team players. And the way it's going to know, it's absolutely fucked. You get me.
That's another episode in itself, Andy. That's a full show.
You would get more effort after these young boys. That would I don't know off the top of my head, but exactly. You would get more effort exactly. Out them.
But you
would get more effort.
You grew up with Jerry Britton, Jerry Craney, Mark Burchell. You grew up with these laddies. You were all these players that were bursting to get into the first team. You done all this, right? You don't have a youth academy. You don't have a conveyor belt of talent. Des, by the way, who is our sponsor? Adelantes.com, CSP5 for your £5 off. Des said on the chat there that you don't have any of these guys. So I think we're in an enormous building process, Andy, that we're years behind where we should be, which is our fault. Versus where we should be, because MD that we're bringing in, is it tomorrow? Hogmanay? No, two days. We should be in that place tomorrow where we're saying, right, we're going to bring in X, Y, and Z because we need to be ready for the Champions League in the summer. In addition to who's already there, you've already got last season's player of the year that wants to leave, and by the way, you can go. You've got Yang there, going to left wing back, who I have ridiculed, mocked, ripped the piss out of for 2 years, still representing your football team. You couldn't even get rid of him in the last day of the transfer window because you couldn't replace him. So to bring that laddie back and pin your hopes on him to play right wing back, left wing back, right wing, through the middle. And this guy's just like, I fucking whatever, fuck it, why not?
He's trying everything he can. He's trying everybody in just about every position because he simply doesn't know. He doesn't know what he's doing. I think that's quite clear now that he's way out his depth. And I know I did go on about the effort, and I 100% stand by that. That is pretty evident to me. But
If that
you
happens,
you need to get the players playing to a system they're comfortable with playing. They have been comfortable with playing, especially under Martin. So my whole point when he first came in was, well, when does it continue with Martin's system, and then when does he introduce his own system? Does he get to January and get players in that he thinks is going to fit that system? And then
well, there you go. There's a
how
question.
does he find out who is going to, without trying it? But it's became quite evident now that it's stuff like that should be able to. You should work the majority of that out on the practice ground, on the training ground. Who can do this and who can't do that? All right, a game situation is different, but time for experiments is on the training ground. The majority of it. I know we've got a lot of injuries and certain things can't be helped, but it seems to be it's just experiment after experiment in every game that we play in. And it doesn't seem the type of guy that actually learns from his mistakes and realises things. He just continues to batter his head after the ball, doing the same thing. That is really concerning.
And that's the question I'm going to ask you, Andy. We're one game away from it. We're one game away from the window. Well, we're not really, because the next by the time we play.
I hope you're not going to ask me, Baz, who we need, what positions we need filled, because I'm looking at that team tonight and I would replace every fucking one of them. Every one of them if I could.
It's more simple than that for me, Andy. Your next game is after the window starts, when the checkbook is open, or it technically should be open. My question is, do you trust the manager? I'm not even going to give him a name because he doesn't even merit it. Do you trust this manager to spend that money that's in that checkbook?
It's not him that's spending it. He's we've already been through this. It's Tisdale that's meant to be in charge of this whole situation, this whole department. So Nancy's going to say to him, I need blah, 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 and he's going to be able to do this, that, and the next thing. Then it's down to him. Well, you'd imagine that they've got maybe players on the horizon, or they've got players of interest. It's just a case of getting deals done, which we know Celtic don't do. Everything gets left at the last minute, or they deals fall through, they go to other clubs because Celtic don't know how to put a half-decent offer in for a player, or create a deal that's impressive for a player enough for him to come to play in Scotland. I don't have faith in Tisdale. My faith is totally lost in the manager, just in the whole tactic side of things. The way he's just continuing going with the same thing and getting worse and worse results. And even it's not even as if you can say, well, we done this and we done that, and we were unfortunate. We were totally outplayed, played off the park, and it's really, we're getting into January. And as I said, I can't even say to you now, we need a right winger, we need a right centre back, we need a striker. Obviously, we need a striker. We can't score goals. We need two strikers at least. But there's many positions on that park that I would replace. If I could get away with it, the majority of the players would be out the door. And I'm not joking, by the way, because they've got no heart, they've got no fight, and I think that's the least you need, especially to be a champion. If you want to, it showed in the cup final. Where's your fight? Where's your desire? It wasn't there in the cup final. Do you want to win trophies? It's an opportunity. Go and beat St Mirren. Can't do it. Played off the park again. You're going to another chance to get closer at the top of the league. You look at the Hearts game, chance to go to the top of the league, couldn't do it. Playing Motherwell the night, couldn't do it. Playing Dundee United, couldn't do it. Fucking just, going and on. And this is where we are at this point. But Saturday comes next. Obviously, transfer window opens, but then the game's after that. So this is a game-to-game basis, right? Because we know we're fucking shite now, right? We know. But I think the things have been there for quite a long time. The fact that you get back to the kind of, at this point, last season, or just after that, kind of February time, we looked no bad. And I'm not going to bark on about the Bayern game, but that was a pivotal point, because at that point we started to decline, and then we had the chance to strengthen in the summer transfer window. We never done it, and then there was question marks on the manager for the people in charge as well at that point. So we knew that pretty much to the point that they weren't going to invest enough money in that manager because they didn't have any real belief in him.
Yeah, and Andy, again, totally agree. And one of my best pals is a Motherwell man, right? And this is what his text has just read to me. We play lovely football, and I cannot believe how much we controlled the game. Result was never in doubt when the second went in. Celtic are desperately poor.
Yep.
That's from a Motherwell fan.
Aye.
Motherwell showed you the ropes tonight.
Well, they've got a manager that can set a team up.
There you go. The window's about to open. Would you take from that starting 11 and of that 11 that finished the park tonight, would you take one single Motherwell player from that team and put them in your Celtic team?
The fucking right, I would. I'd probably take every one of them. I'll tell you who I would take, the manager.
There you go.
Aye. So that to me shows a man that knows how to set a team up and play to his strengths. And he's actually got them playing some really nice stuff as well. You watch some of that Motherwell football tonight and they were passing it about and they were hitting their teammates every single time. Every single time. Nice balls here, there. Celtic couldn't do that once. They couldn't do it once. They were really, really poor. And I'm sitting there watching. We are so bad. We are
unbelievable, isn't it?
We are so bad.
In front of your eyes, fucking staring you in the face. So, Andy, I suppose we're going to have the debrief tonight. We're going to have the debrief tomorrow. You're going to have that couple of days where you're building up to the world's newest derby against Scotland's newest team. You know who's next. And are we... Well, certainly not prepared for it, but what confidence do you have in the manager, use the term loosely, because he's going to go the same way?
Of course he is. We are going to lose goals. We are going to continue to lose goals. So you can guarantee that we are going to lose about 3 goals on Saturday. So the case is, if we're going to beat them, where's the goals coming for your side?
Because I always say, and I've never bet responsibly, of course, I'm not a betting man. Every single team we play, I always say, bet on their number 9. Their number 9 will score against you. Now, when their number 9 is Chernobyl, or whatever his name is, he'll score on Saturday. He will, mark my words. This is coming from me, Tay. He will score on Saturday. Do you trust your own team that you will score more on Saturday than they will score against you? Because let's not be kidded, they are fucking red rotten.
Aye, but Baz, no matter how bad you think they are, we're worse.
Which they are.
We're worse. You can look at league table positions now. That's down to what happened earlier in the season. Know what's happening right now. So you've got to look at what's happening right now. And in my opinion, Nancy hasn't kept a clean sheet in every single game he's played so far. I'm pretty sure I'm right there. I don't think I'm wrong. I think we've shipped goals in every single game, haven't we? So you can almost guarantee that we are going to lose more than 1 goal, I would say, because we are shambolic. We are all over the place. And the thing is, we simply haven't got enough players in the team that are going to get us. I know we scored 4 against Livingston, so you could possibly say you're hypocritical. They'll be saying that, but I just don't. Baz, I hate being negative, especially in these games. Especially in these games, but we are so poor that I'm even contemplating going to the fucking game. That's how bad it is.
Well, you better, because I want to see you. But when you listen to the commentary of the game, and at one point I put the commentary off because I couldn't listen to. I don't know if it was a contrived effort, but it felt like, now that when you're in the moment and you're getting frustrated, and I'm doing it again now because I'm annoyed. I know I do this when I annoy myself. It felt like the commentators were saying how good Motherwell were, which was true, by the way. but I felt it was to highlight how poor we actually were. No, we were fucking honking, man. I mean,
we don't need commentators to highlight how poorly we are. All you need to do is look at the fucking game. You can see that.
But see if you go back and listen, Andy, I think it was as if they were saying, right, let's
really... I thought I'd right. Did you watch it in Premier Sports?
Yeah, mate.
I watched. So I flipped between that and Celtic TV, and I can't listen to that fucking Jerry McCullough either because he was fucking right up their arse at all. You know, Marvel are playing some nice stuff, and you know, I can't listen to him either. Another double ball, but listen, you can't. Commentators are going to call it how it is, right? Like say Michael Stewart and stuff like that.
It was emphasis.
It's not as if they're making it up. You can't say, well, you were talking shit. We weren't that bad. We fucking were. We were really bad.
But when you're a Callum McGregor, when you're a Rio Hatate, when you're a Paulo Bernardo, when you're a Arnie Engels, 11 million, why are these journeymen at best? Let's be honest. There's no Lennon Millers in there. There was no James McFadden's. There was no Paul Lambert's. There was no Phil O'Donnell's. God rest them. There was no, there was no standout. They were just good at what they were doing.
But you made the point earlier, Baz. Any kind of manager with a tactical nous will quite easily beat us, because it's so obvious. All you need to do is look at the way we play and look at the distance between the centre backs and our goal. You know, the amount of space that they've got to cover. It's so easy for teams to pick us off. And it's so easy. It's actually a really hard watch at times because it's like watching a car crash, innit? You know, it's such a.
But then again, you're saying it's watching the car crash. But then you fucking let the car. You've been watching it in the camera, letting the car go and hit it. You've stood and watched it happen. You've let it. You've let it play out in front of you.
Aye, but then he has went to. We've used every single sub tonight and made absolutely no difference in the game. You know, so he's really just. He's just reaching into the bench and he's just flinging cunts on the park, hoping that something's going to change when he's still got them playing the same way. He's not willing to change the way he's playing.
John Mack has hit it on the John Mack has hit the nail on the head. Thanks, John. I watched the highlights of Hunsey the other night there. And the laddie Gassama, who isn't great, by the way. Who isn't great.
Aye, but he's fast and he can get into space very quick.
If I was his manager on Saturday, I would be saying, see, at any point in this 90 minutes, if your boots are nae white, you're coming off. Because that's how you beat us. That is how you beat us. Now, it's all right saying James McFadden was trying to put it in a kind of positive light the other night to say, well, if Celtic are so far up the park, they're hemming you in and everybody's saying, what do we do with everybody that's attacking us? Well, what you do is, see as soon as wire them, because invariably they will, at one point in 90 minutes, give the ball to you. You just fucking hit the left wing. And if you hit the left wing, you're faced with Ralston.
Yeah.
Ralston and Jan.
Yep.
Fuck me, man.
I know.
I made the joke on the chat. There's only going to be one partnership more fucking erratic on Sunday. And that's going to be me and Hoggy at 8 o'clock on Saturday night. So that's like saying fucking. So I was trying to get sense out of me. If you hit the channel between me and Hoggy at fucking 8 o'clock on Saturday night, that's what
I don't even know if I'd survived to 8 o'clock on Saturday night. I've got to be honest with you. If I think what's coming on Saturday fucking afternoon, I don't know if I can make it to 8 o'clock on Saturday night.
That's what it's going to be like at fucking 1:45. Never mind fucking 8:30 and Saturday night, trying to get you up the road.
I know.
And listen, you've got to laugh. And if there is a saving grace, you're 3 points behind Hearts. You're 3 points in front of the newest club in Scotland. You're getting into the newest derby in Scotland, and And yes, I have all these wee jibes about them and all that, and I'm never going to stop it because they're fucking dog shite. They are dog shite. Utter fucking dog shite. But they've clawed back. How many points is that? 9? Since your manager, use the term loosely, has taken over. Andy, let's get to the crux of it. What do we do tomorrow morning? Do you cut this and move on? And if not, more importantly, justify keeping him. Because for me, for my money, for what it's worth, he's out. He's not even going on the bus after. He's not going on the bus at Fir Park.
Look, he's out. I would be absolutely stunned if the board get rid of him. Absolutely stunned. So I can't see that happening. But if it was to happen, I would get Maloney in straight away to take the team on Saturday. I would. And if Martin's available, then I would look at, and I don't even know if this would work. I would look at the Bruges manager, or the ex-Bruges manager, but I don't even know if that would work either, because their whole backroom system, the whole kind of recruitment and all the rest of it is so fucked up that would probably be a disaster as well.
Smart.
Is he on the phone?
Martin, what's the crack? Extraordinary. But listen,
I don't know. I'm just fucking pissed off.
Game-wise, I cannot believe. You know, I was going to say I can't believe how my days ended. You don't know how my day started. It was my son's birthday. We had a great day. Wee man was buzzing. He was spoiled rotten. You can imagine it. We had a great day out. We went out we had the full fun of the fair, and now that way you're like, do you know, I even contemplated flitting. There was a ticket there. I could have, but I thought, no, can't do that on his birthday. Celtic are playing at the same time. We'll put Celtic on the big telly. We'll put Man United on the wee telly. We'll sit and watch the two of them at the same time. And I thought, do you know what? Happy birthday, wee man. But I just, as my dad, God rest him, used to say, he's like, death, taxes, and Celtic will let you down. And that's the most annoying thing about recent past is Celtic shouldn't be letting you down, Andy. We should be so far in front over the hill.
Yes.
If you did get beat by Motherwell, because better Celtic teams than us have lost to Motherwell, but I'm sick, fed up saying this. I said last week, a better Celtic team than you've got the now could lose to Aberdeen, could lose to Hearts, could fuck up at Livingston. We're going to get beat by Roma. When does this stop? That's what I'm saying. Why should we be sitting in this position having these conversations when you could just quite easily say, look, mate, we've made an arse of this. You're still not even replaced. They've not even got a new manager to replace you. Just go back to them. Here's 5 million. Happy holiday for a full month in Scotland. You've made £5 million out of it. On you go. Because for my money and for my decision, that's exactly what better happen and must happen tonight. But the tug inside me says it's not going to, Andy.
No, of course it's not going to happen, because, you know, if it does happen, the heads are going to have to roll at boardroom level as well, and you know how hard that is to happen. You know, the fact that Lowell's left the club was put under the pressure, saying it was pressure for fans and threats, which was all the shite. He was always going to be leaving the club anyway for medical reasons, and the guy's a good age as well. So the fact of put it on the fans is all the bullshit anyway. I think anything they can blame the fans for. The fans will be blame for this as well. You know, they've been disruptive and it's affected the team. You can see it all coming out. You know, they've fucking done this and the manager's not been able to settle and the players have been upset about it. I can just fucking see it right now. The fact it's going to get put onto the fans, which is an absolute fucking embarrassment, because let's be honest, everything's came for their level. The reason why we are sitting where we are is down to the people that run this club, and they should be absolutely ashamed of themselves. The fact that they sit there and goad the fans by simply just giving them a look, you know, with the content that they've got for the fans is, and honestly, I can't see anything happening at board level, because it would require them to sack themselves, and I don't think that is going to happen. But things have got to change big time for this club. They have mind that banner a few years ago, the phone asleep at the wheel. This is exactly what's happened here. And it's no, it's as if they've took sleeping pills to deliberately fall asleep. It's as if they've done it on purpose. You know, they've pressed that self-destruct button. It just absolutely baffles me that we are in this position.
And the reason I've kept that up for James was...
Sorry, mate, I just took it away,
no,
sorry.
No, because I needed another one for somebody else, because somebody made a comment about Callum ignoring him. So James made the point that better teams than us have went to Fir Park and lost. Correct. But to James's point, there hasn't been many teams that went there and went down without a fight. However, Vicky makes a point there that Callum ignored him after the match. And to answer James's point and to highlight Vicky's point, that's been my point for the start of this podcast. They aren't fighting for him. Now, you could say, Callum, you're on X amount, say it's 30, 40 grand a week, right, fair enough. But Callum's a human being. If you don't believe in some guy, if you don't believe in somebody, are you going to run that extra mile, Andy? Can you really have that thing in your hat and that badge? And can you really rely on that every single time you walk on that park, and every single pass and every single run? You're a human being, you're not a robot. I think
if you're a captain, if you're a captain and a very successful Celtic player at that, and captain, surely you've got the balls to that if there's something seriously wrong in the dressing room and it's pinpointed that the manager is the cause, surely there's somebody above the manager that you can go to and actually speak to and say, look, this is the situation we're in here. Something's got to happen because we can't get this dressing room motivated. We are really struggling with what he wants us to do. You know, surely something like that is going to happen. You could say nobody should go above the manager's head, but if they feel that badly...
But why no, Andy? If you feel so passionately about it, we've heard the rumours already. That Callum's already done that. And the fact that he's fucking blanked your manager on the way off the park after getting beat again. Real Madrid didn't beat you tonight. Barcelona didn't beat you tonight. Fucking Motherwell beat you tonight. They didn't just beat you. They embarrassed you. And they embarrassed you by doing what you couldn't do. They passed you. I kept saying on the chat tonight, they passed you about like a joint. They done what you're trying to do. And to go to my point, it was a flippant comment and you ruined it for me, Andy. I don't think you would take any single one of them Motherwell players. I'd take the laddie Maswanise, but he's at AFCON. I wouldn't take a single one of them Motherwell players.
Well, on the night's evidence, if you look at right, on the night's evidence, you're looking at the two teams. I know what team I'm fucking picking because you're getting effort. That was my whole point. You're getting effort, and you know they're really trying for their team, and they play some nice stuff as well.
So who are they playing for? They're playing for their manager. They're carrying out instructions for their manager because they listen to their manager. They believe in their manager. That's tactical. They adapt to their manager.
Tactical wise, my whole point was about the effort, Baz, not about the tactics. You might not agree with, you might fall out with a manager and say, fucking, he's playing me in the left wing and I'm fucking, I'm a left midfielder or whatever. I'm a fucking central midfielder, but needs must at the time. They are just fucking down tools and say, I can't go that cunt, I'm not playing. What about the people that paying money to go and fucking watch you every week and the millions of people that watch you in the telly and support you and you just fucking down in tools? You know, Baz, I have absolutely no interest in professional football players that simply can't put a bit of effort in. I've just got no time for them. I think a lot of these players should be embarrassed. But the main point is, I totally get you, it's a manager, but you see nothing for the players tonight. Absolutely nothing, which is shameful on their part.
And as I say to these lads and lasses, we've got the derby next. They're 3 points behind you. In my wee Baz world that I live in, then that's when I would start taking them serious, is when they are level with you or in front of you. So I'm still not taking them serious. because I stand by it. They're dog shite. And yes, well, we may be shite, until you're their shite, I'm no panicking. But I think concerned has become worried tonight. Andy, would you agree?
I can't. I try and be as confident getting into these games, even if I'm kidding myself on. But this is so evident that we are so disjointed that I'm going to really struggle to be positive about this game. In any way, no matter how bad you think that they are, I don't think they're as bad as what you think they are, or what you're making it they are.
They're worse. Believe me, they're worse.
Well, they've managed to stabilise a wee bit, haven't they, for where they were at the start of the season. So you have seen improvement for them. Whereas we are fucking regressing. That's the problem. We are getting back away. We are on that escalator, fucking, try to go the wrong way on it. That's the way I see it, So,
Andy, if you need positivity, brother, my offer I'm back shifting Friday anyway. I'm going to be tucked away nice and early Friday night. I'll still come and get you on Saturday morning at Rutherglen. There's a couple of rolls and sausage with your name on it in my bit, a couple of beers, wee whiskey and that. There's not a problem there. If you need some positivity, you can come to my house. We're going to go early doors for the game on Saturday. The CSP will be with you on Friday night. But the calls are still coming in the chat, Andy. We've kind of diced, well, I've no diced round about it. I'm all in. He better be fucking sacked tonight. What are you doing between now and Saturday, manager-wise, Andy? And then let's move on to Saturday. In fact, we'll cover Saturday on Friday. What are you doing with this dick tonight, Andy?
Nothing's going to happen to him.
Of course it's not.
Nothing's going to happen to him. If it was up to us, he'd be out, as you said, not even on the bus on the way home. That's the situation with it, because we just don't see enough positive light.
And if it doesn't go our way on Saturday, which again we're going to cover on Friday, which by the way I'm back shift, so I'll not be with you on Friday because I'm working. In fact, what day is this? When is Friday? What is Friday?
It's Tuesday, the day.
I'm back shifting Friday anyway, but if it's not between now and then, Andy, and God forbid, Jesus, God forbid, you don't win on when are we even playing them? Saturday,
12:30.
Is that it then?
Well, right, Baz. So the window's open for 2 days before we play them. So what if Celtic go and bring in players that are suited to him, right? And he goes and loses a game. But let's, for talking state, let's say the day.
The fucking financial
we know, of course, we know that. But let's just say they pull a fucking miracle out their arse and they can do their job, and they bring in a couple of players or 2 or 3 players. Not that it's going to happen, but let's say the day, and we still lose a game, and they've brought in players that are meant to be there to suit his system. Do they then sack him, and then they're left with players they've just brought in that might not necessarily play into a system that another manager's going to come in and play?
3 weeks ago. I said this 3 weeks ago. You're going to be left with Brendan's rejects. You're going to be left with this Dick's fucking rejects. I fucking told you this weeks ago.
Maybe you should go in and do the job.
Me and Hoggy, we're on standby, man. We're on standby. You can be Sean Maloney. That's who you could be. In fact, no, I want you to be the wee guy with it. I want to be you with the guy with the iPad. I want you to be Andy iPad. Oh, that's a belter of him. Andy iPad.
Aye, I can do that.
I want you to draw things and all that.
Aye,
I'll draw balls. No.
I'll just put a picture of you up.
So, I wanted to jump on the night because I just felt compelled. I'm sorry about
you were fucking raging. That's the let's be honest, you had to vent the anger.
I wanted to come on last night, but I was back shift. The wee boy's birthday was the day, so I kind of thought I wasn't going to be on anyway. But having sat and suffered that, I just felt compelled. So hopefully and thankfully, we were on, and hopefully there was some form of, I don't know, comfort I was going to say there. Is it that bad? But I just felt that this has to end. It has to. I can't, like, it's like saying we're not in a relationship, we're just in a long breakup. That's how I feel about this. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? But we're not. Do you know what I mean? We're not. Do you know? Yeah, it's like the longest breakup as opposed to a. Do you know what I mean? And at what point is that point that says that this is it? For me, for my money, it was the cup final. I was more than happy to cut it at the cup final. And it's not about why's after the event. It's not about me being accused of being smarmy arsed again. All these names I keep getting called as if I'm some sort of fucking cheerleading, fucking tunnel visioned, fucking blind spot cheerleader. It's having the fucking bravery to say, do you know what? Cut it the now. And I'm not prepared, and I don't know why I should accept that you should go out and get beat with Motherwell, which, by the way, is all right. If you're winning 7 games in a row, stumble. 7 games in a row, stumble. 6 games in a row, stumble. And that's not being, what's the word they keep using against us? What's the word? Entitled. That's not entitled. That's a standard you set.
Yes.
That's a standard you set. You've beaten AC Milans, you've beaten the Juventuses, you've beaten the Barcelonas. I don't want
That's
to get beat with
expectancy. There's no reason why you shouldn't expect to be able to beat Motherwell, you know. So you're 100% right there.
And I don't see why you should fucking have to prolong it to prove it, because that's what we're doing here. It's like saying, oh, we fucking played against Aberdeen, oh, it was great, and fucking, 31 chances, and hold on a minute, go back to Hearts, if we had a striker. Now, I said those words, because I was saying, right, Baz, come on, the folk are listening to you, try and give them something. But I say something to Paul the other day, it doesn't matter if the fucking operation is a success. See, if the patient dies, they're fucking dead.
Yeah.
A
question about Saturday, Baz, is LRT open?
It fucking
on Saturday.
Fucking better be open at 1:15.
What's the script for getting into that? For obviously, if you were like away fans or stuff like that, is it all blocked off?
No, we go in for where we sit anyway.
You're right down the Jane Field Street that way.
Aye. But you'll get us in Emirates as always. Just get you meeting Kev or what's the?
I'll be with Kev. I'll be with Kev.
Oh, me and my mate Kev. Aye, neighbour mate. Aye, right.
Yeah, I need to get it. I need to get a ticket.
I'll just phone my pal Kev. Aye.
Well, I'm meeting him at I'm meeting him at the bus. I'm meeting him at the bus park.
Oh, meeting Kev. Kev's my mate.
So but I'll be sitting in your lap on the bus.
But listen, I just think for my money, for Baz money, it's over. It was over. I tried to leave the cup final after a minute. No shame in admitting it. I turned to Hoggy when we went 1-0 down. I says, Hoggy, let's go. How we get half time out of me, I'll never know. I've just no felt it. I'm no feeling it.
Mm-hmm.
And I need him gone tonight. I don't trust him. I don't want to give him money. I don't want to pick another team for my team that I put my money in, and my Wayne's money in, and my brother's money in, and my brother-in-law's money in. I don't want him picking my team for me to go and watch on Saturday. I want him out. I want him out tonight, and I want him sacked tonight.
So you want, right, so let's say it happens. Who are you bringing in? St. Martin again?
I don't care, Andy. I don't have an answer for you. I don't care. It's no him. Because I don't think you can do I think if you were to do the St. Martin thing again, it's embarrassing. It's lazy. It's cheap. I don't mean cheap money-wise. I think it's, I think you're open to ridicule if you do that.
Do you think they're trying to be too smart with bringing him in? Like, oh, we are going to get the next best thing. Or Andy, just total incompetence.
Andy, I'm going to tell you again. It was seventh, the number 7. 7th in America. Tell me 3 teams in America. Go. Give you 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3,
Montreal,
4. Thanks, mate.
Vancouver.
And he was 7th, and you
They're,
can't
they're
name
Canadian. They're
3.
Canadian.
7th. At least with Big Ange, you could have seen him at the World Cup with Australia.
Aye,
Lazy.
a lot more experience. Obviously,
And
Ange's about 20-25 year in the management game. This guy's got what, 4 years.
And see
So
if he does get sacked tomorrow. Which I hope he does.
Nicholson will need to go as well. Tisdale for sure, but Nicholson, if he's running a club, he's the one sanctioning him going to get a manager. Then he's got to go as well. He's got to go anyway, but he should.
Couple of CSP rockets. I'll take chat tomorrow.
Yes.
To answer your question, Andy, and I genuinely didn't think about it, but what I did think was the Phil Martin thing. Is that I think you're open to ridicule there. I think you're open to laziness. I think you're open to what he used doing up there. But
we're on the third manager already, and it's still December. They should be fucking embarrassed.
But since you've asked me, there was 2 managers. You'll be able to answer this for me. In the summer, I championed 2 managers all summer, and now the 2 of them are available. There's a laddie Hayden at Bruges.
Apparently he's got a job. Somebody said in the comments, so
maybe he has got a job. We just don't know it yet. Or Knutson for Bodo Glimt. That's who I talked about all summer. Yep. So I don't know. I still don't know what day it is.
I've been wanting Knutson at this club since Ange left. For the simple reason is the transition between Ange and Knutson would have been flawless. Plus the fact, I think the way that football was played, that Bodo Glimt team are like fucking Celtic on steroids. You know, we get
Owen Coyle in. Fucking right. Owen Coyle.
Fucking hell.
So Andy, I was going to call it a couple of minutes ago, but you rattled my cage there, as you tend to do. There's nothing else for me tonight. I'm sorry. I was compelled to come on tonight. I had to I'm glad there was a 10-minute spell where I was looking at the screen and saying, Baz, don't do this. You've got 10 minutes to get your nut together, because I was going to come on and go talk.
I know, but you know you're losing it when you start fucking scratching your head. That's a telltale sign.
Look, somebody was slagging me the other week. By the way, shame on you, whoever you are. If they fucking take medication for this, you rat, whoever you are.
You should be taking medication for that face. And it's fuck all we do with the watches on it.
Let's crush it down. So, listen, we're back on Friday, I think. Yeah, hold on. It's Tuesday. I'm in that. Now that zone between Christmas and New Year where you're just like that. I don't know.
I don't even know what day it is. I know.
How that way I hang up boxes for every day of the week. I'm on pair number 3 and I don't know what day it is. So we're back on Friday, but I won't be back on Friday. I'm working. And then I'm going to be picking Andy up at 4:20 on Saturday morning to get the crispy rolls before we go and beat the Deadco. So thanks for joining us tonight. We were heavy strong tonight, 300 at one point. So thanks very much. There's nothing else for me, Andy. Is there anything you want to bring to the table before I go and celebrate the rest of my son's birthday?
No, I just want to mention Monday's pod as well. We had some problems, technical problems. So unfortunately, we couldn't get on. So just a big apology, because I noticed people were in the chat when I looked at the stream was still showing that it was going to go live. So just want to apologise for the people that took the time to come on to watch us and we didn't appear. So just apologies for that. And this is obviously just an impromptu kind of pod, but we will be back, and the rest of the boys and that will be back on Friday to talk about the Deadco game. As down as I feel about it, my opinion might change in the next couple of days, but I doubt it.
So with that, what we'll do is we will tell you that your Celtic Supporters podcast, we're up to 650 subscriptions. There's 215 watching tonight. If you could just hit the subscribe button on the way back, because we lost 4,500 a couple of weeks ago through nothing but utter jealousy.
Yes.
We are sponsored by the very kind Des at Adalantes, which is www.adalantes.com. please use your CSP5 for £5 off. We are also financially backed very generously, fucking all right for me to say, by Dennis Devlin at Pro Sport Media. And I see Dennis is setting up his own podcast. Dennis, fucking get the celebs on. So good luck with that, Dennis. God bless you. And we, Celtic Supporters Podcast, is the sponsor of young Rory O'Reilly. His away football strip. So Celtic Supporters Podcast, fund that and sponsor that. So best of luck to you, son. We will see you on Friday night. I'd love to say good night and God bless. I'm going to go and sit and sing Elton John Daniel, Elvis Presley, My Boy, and Danny Boy, because it is my Daniel's birthday. So good night, God bless, stay blessed, stay Celtic, up the Jawz, see you on Friday.